Yeah, bro. Fuck it. Drop a beat.
All right, bro.
All right, DJ, turn that back. Turn that back for me. Turn that back for me. Turn it back a little bit. Let me go in on this one. Let me go in.
Hey, bro, I'm bored. I'm trying to freestyle.
Yeah, let me go in on this
Fuck
one.
it. Drop a beat.
All right, bro.
Hey, uh, hey, Professor Camp coming through and I kill it every time you hear me. I know you're gonna feel it. Got the chalk, but the right on my board. Yes, I'm the guy, and I'm kinda annoyed or a nerd. It's so absurd. What you doing, you're scared. When I'm coming through, I skin a cat and take his fur. I know that's sick, but I don't really care. That's the story I'm about to share. It's Professor Camp. It's Professor Camp. Professor Camp. Professor Camp. Professor Camp. Camp. Can't hey, put on my glasses while I teach all these classes. Don't even eat in my room, you better be fasting. What can I do? This whole room's a disaster. It's okay, I will help you get better faster. That's why I teach these lessons. These lessons are a blessing, I'm confessing. And that's what I'm saying, I'll be killing it, essence. It's the essence of everything that I'm doing. Baby girl in the back, bubblegum you chewing. I don't like that. Spit it out, we ain't on that. Yeah, I'm killing it. Yeah, I'm really at. I'm teaching on the board. I'm teaching on the board. Professor Camp, Professor is it on the board for camp. Professor Camp on the Professor Camp. Professor Camp on the Professor Camp. I put on my glass, Professor Camp. Yeah, I put on my on the board. Professor Camp. I put on my glasses and teach all these classes to the masses. Don't eat in my room. You better be fasting. All right, let's get into this. Man, Camp, what's going on? So today, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna do a little bit of teaching. Okay. See if I can find it here. All right. This is just myself. And they see me that much. So today I'm gonna teach you some. I'm gonna teach lessons as it goes. Don't know how often, but I'll try my best when I can remember. I'm gonna get teach lessons, obviously, that I've gotten through. So let's start with number one. You're one of the main characters, okay? Hold on, let me get a pen. I got it right there. You're a main character. Oh, let me go over here. You can't see. About right here. All right, so you're a main character, right? In your own little story. It's cool, man. Nothing wrong with being the character in your own main story. Here's the problem. When you start treating other people like they're side characters in your story, things get a little mixed up. I can tell you so many times, and I was very bad about this. I used to today, back then they called it people watching. Today they probably call it stalking. But I used to sit down at like a bench, or I might go to church or something and just sit in there, not be part of the anything going on. I would just sit down at a table sometimes and just watch people, see how they interacted, and see what they did. And what I would do is I would become a bad main character. Let's see if I can. I wouldn't be a very good main character. I would try to see how I could manipulate people. I would try to see how I could manipulate people, and I would start all these small little messes. Right? I would go tell somebody something and say like this person right here. I would try to get these two people to hate each other. Right? If I can slide this over a little bit, I would get these people to hate each other. And I would just laugh and laugh and laugh because I thought I was the main character. I wouldn't do like bad stuff, but I would just do stuff like, hey, Billy said that he didn't really like your hair. And I would just wait and sit back and watch the conversation happen. I I I just felt like I was supposed to be the star. But really, you got a bunch of people who are living their own lives. They're the main character in their stories. Right? And it's okay. We can all be a part of this. And one thing I want to teach you not to do is to never make somebody feel like they're not the main character. Like when you come across people, and these are the kind of people I used to hate, but these are the kind of people that make you feel good. Anytime you get around them, they make you feel like you're number one. Not all the time, people get busy, but these people, like when you got their full, undivided attention, oh man, it makes you feel like you're the wonder of the world. And that's what you need to do. You need to be down here when you're in other people's stories, right? You're a part of their story. You got to remember that. You're the main character in your story. I'll make this a sun. Everything gets that, okay? But in your own story, right? You get to be the main character, and it's cool, man. But when you're the main character, you should be. This is rough, but hold on. Let me redo my face. But when you're the main character and you're really helping out people, it's so wonderful. You feel good. You feel great. And then you're always out there talking to people like, hey, you are great. You got it. You just walk up to people and be like, you are great, man. Not literally. I mean, you don't have to patronize people, but you go around and just being like, hey, man, how's your day going? Is it going well? That's good, man. It's very hard to be this person, right? I'm not even gonna lie. Most of the times when I'm out at the store, I'm a pretty quiet guy. I don't really say too much. If somebody talks to me, I'll say something, but I'm not a bother. When I'm at the store, I'm nice and quiet. But what I try to do more and more of is try to tell people that they are not tell people, but make people feel a lot better about themselves, because I know that helps me on my bad days, and it will help you on your bad days. So with my very first lesson, before we can even talk about anything else, and this is a daily thing. This is not I don't do this perfectly every single day. Most of the times I'm just quiet, but I have gotten very good at not ever treating anybody like they don't matter. I used to be very bad about how I spoke to people, very side remarks and stuff like that. Now I'm just like, you know what? I'm a part of their story. I'm just gonna live my life and do that. And I don't have to ruin anybody or put anybody down. And here's another thing that I used to do really bad. It's part of the main character syndrome. Talking about people just to talk about people. Right? So I used to make a whole ton of drama videos. Now I made a video here recently on Swoozy. I actually made that video a while ago. But those kind of videos are fine, but at the same time, I don't try to push those videos a lot. I try not to make too many videos where I'm simply just going after somebody. There's nothing wrong with questioning somebody or criticizing somebody or being like, hey, maybe we should look at this at a different angle. But that's for an overall picture. But I don't want to get to the point where I'm just picking on people. And this will be this is going to be a mini lesson just right quickly, but this is what I'm leading to. I don't feel good when people fall. I don't feel good when people have a bad day. Even if it's another person getting like oh, we can switch this up. Well, we'll keep that. Even if it's a person like getting a better um, promotion than me, somebody gets an award, somebody gets more money than me, they get a better job, they leave the job we're currently at, and they go get a better job. Now I'm a grown man, so certain things that's it's not as easy for me. But even when it comes to like sports, like I don't care if this individual that I necessarily don't care for as a player wins a championship or wins the MVP or wins an award or he's actually a nice guy or she's actually a nice woman. It's just I no longer take joy in just watching people fail, even if I don't like them, because most of the time the reason I don't like them is based off of some stupid opinion that I may have heard while I was just doom scrolling somewhere. So I had to learn to one, the internet is not as real as it is, right? So I have to really remove myself from that. I can't fall into this petty drama that doesn't really exist in my actual life. It has something to do between two people I don't actually know. Now there's lessons to be learned once it gets public, but outside of that, I don't want to spend my whole day just crunching down on people. And another thing I have to do with my main character syndrome is just not lie. I have to tell myself that I really have real bad struggles. So certain things I don't talk on and I stay away from because I don't have any experience in that area. I used to be very much if even if I don't know about it, I'll pretend that I know. I'll be like, well, actually, you might. And so humility is really been a theme for the last 5 years for me. Oh man, have I messed up a lot. But I really am trying to get better about just making other people feel good and not pushing too much into my own life. I really do just want to serve. And I think the more that you serve people, man, the more that you really get joy out of life. Um, I used to be better about serving, but in that same light, I used to kind of serve so people would be like, "Hey, he's a good server." There's always that back of your head, always saying you need to be the star. But if I could tell you anything, man, this guy right here, this guy who was trying to manipulate people down here, guys, I can tell you what happened when you do that. When you decide you're going to become that main character and just keep messing with people's lives like they're NPCs or whatever they say today, you know what you do? You end up losing everything. And when you lose everything and everyone, you end up losing yourself. So don't try to be the main character too much. It's all good. Try to get out there and actually serve the people because I'm just gonna say that, man. I'm just gonna tell you it's not worth it. Not worth it. Excellent. That's the number one. Man, I gotta shave. Whoa, Lord. Gotta shave. It just comes back so fast, man. Gotta shave. This beard is from one day, guys. This beard is from one day. All right. Got one more lesson here. That's fine. All right. Let's talk about this lesson here. So I gotta kind of remember where I'm at. All right. All right. Here's you. I know the feeling. You think that if you try something, for the sake of sports here, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what a Hall of Fame is, whether it's sports or gaming. Oh, of course it's not over. You can't see that. Hold on. Let's get it over here. So here's you. I get it. Sometimes you think you're gonna be great at something, right? Man, I made this mistake too many times. Just because you enjoy something, whether that be playing basketball, video games, just this is a new type of controller. Whether you like playing video games, you like playing ball sports, uh, maybe you like to draw like I do, and you're very good at it, like me. All right, you like to draw pictures. All right. For the sake of the video, we're not even going to try that one. But you like to draw pictures, right? For some reason, and I know this doesn't happen to everybody, and in fact, it probably doesn't happen to most people, but you feel like you have to be a Hall of Famer at everything. And you don't. You don't have to make it into the Hall of Fame with drawing. You don't have to be, who is it? Leonardo, the Da Vinci? You don't have to be that. You don't have to be Beethoven. You don't have to be Mozart. You don't have to be LeBron. You don't have to be Feinberg, okay? Yeah, I know who that is. You don't have to be amazing at things. But when you're not amazing at things, this is what ends up happening. You just end up giving up drawing because you're not the greatest. You give up basketball. You give up trying to be a gamer, and you just say, screw. What am I spelling? You just end up saying, screw it. And I can tell you from flat out experience, this has happened to me a lot. A lot. Imposter syndrome is a real thing, man. And I don't want you guys ever thinking that you're not good enough just because you're not the smartest person in the room. You're not the best at it. Or even if you are the best at it. We've already kind of went over that, but you're not always going to be the best at even the next thing. You may be the very best Minecrafter in survival mode, but you can't create anything. You can barely build at all. Or you're a great builder, but you're not a speed runner, right? Or even just in our normal 9 to 5s, man. You may be the best person when it comes to sales, but your customer service isn't great, right? Or you may be the best customer service, but you're bad at, I put sales, guys, like, like sale. You may be the best at sales, but not the best at customer service. I know this is, you may be the best at customer service and not the best at sales. You may be the greatest engineer in the room, but you're not very good when it comes to people skills. Or your people skills are great, but your math skills aren't. It's okay. You know, we all have our gifts and our strengths. And I feel like when we keep falling in, it's very easy to do this, especially when it comes to social media. I've struggled with it every day myself to keep myself grounded that just because we're not special and just because we're not special, sorry. Just because we're not necessarily seen as special in a certain area doesn't mean we shouldn't go forward and make stuff that makes us enjoyable. It's going to be very hard when you're watching people who are very successful, even when you're at your company. See this all the time with the 9 to 5. When you're listening to the CEO talk about being successful and you're at the bottom of the totem pole, it's very hard to listen to the CEO who's probably making your salary every single month. It's very hard to be cool and be like, oh yeah, I could be him. But you never have to be him. You don't ever have to go be CEO or be in the C-suite to feel like something. And it's sometimes so frustrating. You can feel it coming in my voice because I remember how down it makes me feel when you watch certain people and even great athletes, or like I said, even people at your job that make you feel like that you could be where they are, but they also make it seem like, and this isn't most people, this is maybe sometimes projection, but it makes you feel like, man, because I'm not where they are, they're making it sound like it's a bad thing. I'll give an example. I remember when I was a janitor, and I was just happy. I was a janitor, and at that time in my life, I'm not saying that you just have to just be like, oh, screw it, I'm not gonna give up on life. But if you're happy being a janitor and it brings you joy, and outside of work you do what you got to do, whether that's go to church or go help out people, or you go play video games or something, One thing that I was loving at that time is I was in a place where I was really trying to just put my head back on straight, right? I was a janitor, and every time I got off work, I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. I would just, maybe do a little bit of streaming, or maybe just chill. Oh man, I used to walk through the mountains and go hiking. But this one time, this one guy walked up to me and said something about being a janitor. I was like, I'm cool. I was just kind of like saying, yeah, like being a janitor is cool. And then he said to me, but do you want to be a janitor the rest of your life? And I was just like, bro, like, why are you messing up my vibe, bro? Why mess up my vibe? I'm chilling. I'm happy, right? I'm happy. Exuberant. You're over here raining on my parade. You're over here raining on my parade. Right? Just raining all on my parade, messing up my life. Making me feel bad that I'm happy being a janitor. Because you're whoever you are, that makes you better than me, right? And like I said, it may have been projection at the time, but it does really matter how you speak to people. So that's why you may hear me very often say, whether you want to be a content creator or you want to work at McDonald's, you want to be the best burger flipper or own your own bakery. I always give different things, and it may sound like I'm trying to be sarcastic when I mention like burger flipping, but I have a guy that I know. He works at a burger joint, and he posts about it. He'll post about it, be like, man, another great day about the job. I've been here for 3 years and this job is still amazing. But some people may look at that person and be like, what a loser. But to him, he's happy as hell flipping them burgers. He loves people. And there are some people, yes, it's crazy. But there are some people who really want to be around people. They love talking to people. It makes them feel good. For introverts like me, no. I barely want to talk to people. It's not my strength to make people laugh, right? I make videos in my room in the quiet alone. But why would I look at him and be like, "Oh, do you really want to be a burger flipper the rest of your life?" Raining all on his parade. It's a cloud. Just in case you don't understand. So I say that to say this. It's always one of my favorite lines. I say all that to say this. Whatever you find in life that brings you joy, and I hope you find it, man. Whatever gets you out of bed every day, whether that is playing Minecraft all day, and you're entertaining people, or it just brings you joy to play by yourself. I know people who make not a whole lot of money, but they make enough to make them happy. They build their lives around how much they make. Instead of getting a house they can't afford and stressing themselves out about work, I met this couple that just built mini houses. They built small houses so that their job, they actually own the houses and they don't have to, they just pay for the land, the property taxes. And that's it, man. Keeps their bills really low. So when they get off work, they go home and they play video games stress free. Even though they're not making a ton, they make enough. And and that's what I want to say about people's jobs. Like, I'm gonna do my best not to curse on here, but F the money, man. F the money. Don't let that determine what your life is going to be. You can go make as much money as you want. I don't care if you want to become a millionaire, billionaire. You're a real huge businessman, whatever. But don't let that define your happiness. I did that for years and it killed me, man. I used to be a happy go-getter. I was making like 10, 50. I was making $10.50 an hour. Happy as could be. You know what I mean? But because I let my lifestyle and I let people creep into my ear, even though I was living fine, my rent was low, low. I know $10 an hour don't sound like a lot, but my rent was so low that I was living okay. I owned two. I bought two vehicles, right, off of loans, but I bought them. But I had two cars, man, and I was paying fine on them. But at the end of the day, it got in my head. I just I started pushing my rent up, and next thing you know, I was getting evicted because that $10 an hour, which sounded so great at the time, wasn't enough. As a single man, I made it not enough. Could have easily just kept the cars, not took out any loans, but you know, it is what it is, man. So once again, don't let money stop you. Don't rain on anybody's parade. Please find something in your life that you can wake up and enjoy doing. Maybe not every single day, but most days out of the week. Because if you don't, I could tell you, man, waking up every day, not even wanting to get up out of bed is just a real bad feeling, man. It makes you get really, really, really down on yourself. So I'm telling you what not to do. Don't let anybody, that's just the words of the day. Don't let anybody rain on your parade. Well, I'm just trying to get back into the streaming stuff, man. I think I'm gonna maybe do it like once a week, maybe once 2 weeks, maybe once every month, maybe once a year. I don't know. I'll just stream when I feel like it. I'm just trying to get back into it. But I hope you guys enjoy Professor Camp. That's what I call myself. And enjoy your night.